Alright, people, what's going on? It's Amon-Rellik, the guy say Amon-Rellik Gaming. We're back in more Division 2. I started another character for this tutorial stream. Cause I do wanna kind of give you a more of a better look.
Safe area entered.
I've gotten past the character creation and the original prologue of the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna first start talking about the genre of the game itself. Of course, you know it's a looter shooter, but it's not a fantasy looter shooter like Destiny. It's not and again, this is going off of you've never tried this game once in your life, so that's what I'm going from in terms of like explaining things. It's a looter shooter, but it's not a fantasy looter shooter, and it's not a outlandish like looter shooter. So it's not like Borderlands in that sense. It's a very tactical looter shooter. So we'll be talking a lot about we'll be talking a lot about
hello.
About like tactics and things of that nature. Trying to get this stream going. Give me a second. Hold up. Okay, hold up here. Okay, I think we're ready. Alright. I think we are ready.
The weather can be relentless up here. Remember to stay hydrated. And if you feel dizzy or fatigued, get under cover and rest.
Alright. So, with that in mind, with the tactical looter shooter in mind, you're going to approach combat in this game in a far more realistic manner.
Want a deal? I want a deal too. Let's do some business.
So first things first, the map. You can bring the map up depending on whatever buttons you have set for like your map screen. You'll be able to see a lot of that on here. You know, this is an Ubisoft game, of course. So it's going to tell you a lot of stuff. Of course, you're going to see how things are going to be level locked off. They're technically not going to be locked off in the sense that you can kind of go to I think the only places you can't go are like the stronghold areas at the moment, because I think they're going to be blocked off. But like, I think most of this map you can just from the very beginning, just like once you hit the White House, which is where you'll start from, you'll come here, and then from here technically you can just like leave and just go wherever, but these levels will lock you out in terms of the difficulty, because these levels actually, it actually matters because it's got that RPG element to it. All right. So first things first, your gear. Your gear. To go into your inventory, you're given the ability to use 3 guns at any one time. 3 guns. You will have 6 pieces of armor, a face mask, backpack, chest piece, gloves, knees, and holster. You will be given 2 skills, basically your tech, whatever tech you choose to use, and a grenade. Your skills and the kind of armor you would use will change based on the class you choose. And the classes you will not be able to choose until you've beaten the main campaign here in DC. Once you've beaten that campaign is when you will be given the ability to choose an actual class. This is another reason why I chose to start this character, so that you could understand or get to see what the way the game is going to roll before you get into the classes. Because you're going to spend a lot of time as just a regular old agent just shooting and stuff. You're going to have some tech skills, but they won't be very specialized. This right here, this icon right here will tell you the amount of total gear you have in your inventory. Like, as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it says 6 here. You'll get these little caches here. You'll get these caches. That's what these are. You'll get these every time you level up and every time you like complete main missions and stuff like that. You'll get a bunch of these. So basically, give you free gear. And of course, these are where your mods will go. Like when you get different weapon mods and things of that nature. When it comes to your weaponry, it's a looter shooter. So you'll see stuff drop in the world. It'll be color coded, and then of course it'll give you different types of guns. You got assault rifles, shotguns, regular rifles, submachine guns. Got all kinds of nice little things. Usually, in your you're gonna basically be given 2 main hands and your holstered weapon or your small arms, which is usually going to be revolver or pistol, I think, or the sawed-off shotgun, depending on, like, again, when you use the actual classes. But your main thing is going to be kind of just taking note of the guns that you're choosing to use. Like, and we'll get out here into the open and I'll show you what I mean. Because again, your guns will, because this game's got more realistic shooting in terms of how guns act, you'll want to, you're gonna want to mod your weapons whenever you get a chance. And of course it would rain. And just a bitch, it would just be raining to where I can't see nothing. Maybe I can do it. Okay, maybe I can test it right here. Alright. So we've got our assault rifle. As you can see, I have my crosshairs, but then I have that dot in the middle, right? That dot in the middle is going to bounce around. You see how it bounces? Maybe if I shoot a little further out this way. You see how it bounces? That's showing me, of course, the path of every individual bullet that I fire. You're going to want to try and get that bounce to happen as little as possible, which the way you would do that, we go into here, is you would want to up your accuracy. That accuracy is how you're going to do that. Now, the stability will basically decide how much the gun just shakes and moves about, you know. And for assault rifles, I've come to find they usually tend to have really good stability overall anyway. But the accuracy is what you're going to want to keep trying your best to dump mod or as I say, yeah, mods into, because at higher levels of DPS, because like you can see, this gun's DPS is 114 at level 1. Once you start getting to higher levels of DPS, hitting people in the head, which you'll be able to tell, because hitting people in the head will give you red numbers. That'll let you know it's headshot damage. You're gonna notice the difference in how fast you kill. So you're gonna want to try to make sure any long range weapon like that has enough stability and whatnot to be able to get constant and fluid headshot damage. If you choose to use shotties, of course, you know how shotties work. The closer you are, the more damage and better off it is. Further back you are, the wider the spread, the less lethal it is. I tend to use a mid-range, long range, and a close range. And I tend to let my my holstered weapon, my small arms, I tend to let it be my close range weapon. When it comes to like my two mains, I like to either keep a mid-range assault weapon, like the assault rifle, and then I like to have a like a longer range, like, you know, down range, slower firing, but far more accurate. Something like either like a marksman rifle, which is basically this game's version of a normal sniper rifle, or the actual rifle, the single shot rifle, which is more of like, I guess you could say, like your ARs. Of course, unless you go sniper, sharpshooter class, which is my main class. In sharpshooter, you'll actually be given a TAC 50 caliber rifle as your super weapon. I guess you could call it that. But yeah, like when it comes down to it, as you can see, some of your weapons can have up to 4 mods on them, some only 2, and you'll get mods as you go through. There's 2 ways that you can engage in any form of combat in this game, and that's usually either as a squad or a team, in team play or solo, of course. And depending on which one you choose...
Portable electronic device detected.
Where's the prisoners?
I got tired of them moaning.
So you let them go?
No, I didn't let them go.
Motherfucker, we were gonna trade them.
Oh well.
That's what you're gonna tell Diesel when he asks why you killed them?
I didn't kill them. The dogs did.
What dogs?
I don't know, some dogs. I didn't ask their fucking names. Oh, but they must have been fucking hungry. Cause damn, once they sniffed blood, it was chow time.
You stupid son of a bitch.
Well, whatever. Diesel ain't gonna do shit except huff and puff a little.
But anyways, yeah. What you end up doing is going to end up engaging. Most of your combat situations are going to be need to be engaged from afar. I'm gonna tell you that right now from the very beginning. This game, you might want to try and make builds where you're supposed to be up close and personal, maybe shotgun style or whatever. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're gonna find yourself in positions of being downed a lot more often than you probably would like. Because as the game progresses, you're gonna be able to, like, it's kind of like how Diablo works, where you can upgrade the tier of the world itself to like world tier 2, 3, 4. Well, you can go up to legendary in this game, and that legendary, like, even with very strong builds and very solid builds, legendary can and will test your resolve and test your coordination if you're with a team. The way it works as well is, for every person that's in your team, in your squad, the game will throw harder and more enemies at you, and more difficult enemies at you. So working as a team is important if you want to get through hard content. because you will reach a point in this game where you'll be able to trivialize a lot of the like 99% of the encounters you come across. But once you get into legendary, if you want to stay in legendary and and reap the rewards of a legendary status, of legendary difficulty, you will need to have a very good understanding of yourself and what your teammates are capable of, and having a team composition. Yeah, I know. One. When you hear laughing like that, this is why you need a close range weapon. You see, she just wants to run up at me. Every faction, and you see how they're farther back, so of course we gotta switch over. Now when it comes to shooting the assault rifle, oh hell.
Don't worry, I'll cover your ass.
When it comes to shooting the assault rifle, if you notice, when I hit the head, oh yeah, and you can do cover to cover moves. So like for instance, if I needed to, I can just hold X and I'll immediately run over and get into cover here. You'll be doing a lot of that. You see how they turn red? Red numbers, headshots. Alright, good. Now we can talk about the armor and stuff. You see that green bar is my health, but those white blocks above my health is my armor. You might as well in this game look at your armor as your health, because you never want to end up in a position to where you're taking damage to your actual health itself. Because once they deplete that armor bar, that's when they're going to start taking damage to your health. And it's going to get to a point to where a lot of these enemies will be able to just one-shot you if they're hitting your health bar directly. So you might as well just look at your armor as your health. And of course, holding the right direction will allow you to put on a new armor coating on your vest. Hitting the left will give you this, which is basically your grenade, and if you tap it once, it'll give you the ability to decide where, and then you can just hit the trigger to throw it. And if you need to get to your holstered weapon, you would double tap your weapon switch to get to your small arms. And now, of course, different types of gameplay will have different advantages. Like snipers will be able to engage from way further back before the enemy can actually even know they're there. Things of that nature. You know, you'll have different gameplay styles you'll be able to get into. But like whenever you do a mission, like how you see how it says story mission right there. Once I pass that threshold, I'll officially be in the mission. But I can like go into the options and I can change the difficulty of the mission, or I can matchmake to where if anybody else is looking to play these missions, I can like basically just be thrown into a team with those people. But we're gonna go solo. And the enemy level is level 2. And that mark you see next to that upside down A button, that upside down A looking, that is the anarchy symbol. Well, that's the symbol for anarchy. But it is also the symbol for the hyena clan, or the hyena crew, which is the guys we was just shooting. You'll learn more about them in the story. All right.
You're right next to the Grand Washington Hotel.
Okay, here we go. That should get their attention. Head to the service entrance on the east side of the building.
All right.
What the fuck was that? Came from inside the building? Oh, no shit, but what caused it? What the hell should I know? Assume the worst. You think someone's attacking? Who have the balls to tell it it's here? I don't know. Assume the worst. Taking this fucker out! Wait, reloading!
Of course, tap to kind of keep recoil under control.
Once you're inside, find a way to the atrium.
Once you finish it, once you've defeated an encounter of enemies, a full encounter of enemies, your shield or your armor will automatically replenish back to full. So if you do find yourself with no armor packs at all, the idea then is just to try and survive until you get through, until you can end the encounter
Portable
itself.
device detected.
That's another thing you'll notice. Be very attentive to your character. Like if you notice, you see how my character is like, see how she's walking straight up, back straight, she's erect, chilling, right? She's got that chilling walk, right? But then it's gonna come a point where if there's enemies in the vicinity, and you see as soon as the enemies lit up on my compass, she got down. That's how you can tell if there's enemies around before you can actually see them.
Hostile radio intercepted.
We're under attack. It might be a diversion, so be ready.
All right. When it comes to using grenades, as you can see, you see how when I hovered it further, because like you might be able to be like, how can you tell how far it's at or where it's going to land? You see how it highlights him in red? That lets you know that, oh, okay, it's going to hit him. So like we want to wait until we highlight him in red. Kind of like that.
Just make sure.
There we go.
Right there with you. You're going down.
Oh, he got poisoned by something.
I'm tearing him to pieces.
Can be shot. You can be shot while moving from cover to cover, so be careful about moving while you're being shot at. You might want to wait for like small breaks in the gunfire before you move, like that. Wait for him to stop shooting.
No, you piece of shit.
Also be careful about where you are, because like things like that can be blown up. And so you want to be careful about where you're standing.
Hostile radio intercepted.
I'm heading upstairs to the hostage. Everybody, get to the atrium.
Shit. Saint's here.
The who now?
Hyena big shot. Real unpleasant. We need to kill this asshole.
Of course, always restock on bullets. Whenever you get a chance, always restock on bullets.
Nobody gets through. Nobody.
Okay. There goes Saint. That's our boss. If you notice, his health bar isn't red. His health bar is gold. That means he's an elite. That means he has way more health, of course, than everybody else, and he's probably armored up as well. Like when you see that little shield, that means he's got armor on him that you'll have to break by, of course, shooting it. Now you see that right there. I'm not gonna come out because if I come out, they'll see it. But you see where my crosshairs is right there on the screen? That minigun right there, the AI in this game is going to be smart enough to know what's the best way to engage you. That's another thing about this game that I like that's different and better to me than Destiny, than other games like that are looter shooter styles, is this game's AI is actually impressive with how they will... You're going to notice that when I start the gunfight with them, they're going to prioritize getting on that. They're going to prioritize trying to get on that. Everybody who dies trying to get on it, they're going to try to get somebody else on it. Alright. And as you can see, you see the icons next to the levels of the enemies? Like that icon, as you can see, it has a grenade. That, of course, means they throw grenades. Whenever you see the chevrons, like these, the chevrons are basically your DPS. Those are the guys who like to shoot at you, you know. And whenever you see like ones that have like fists or something like that, those are the ones that are gonna do their best to run up on you, to kind of get you out of your cover. Those are the ones you want to kill first. You always want to kill the ones that run up on you first. And the way I like to do it is I like to prioritize runners, then grenaders, and anybody who's like specialty long range, like grenaders or Molotov throwers, which are basically grenaders as well. And then I go for the long range shooters like the chevron guys. Alright. Right now I don't have any tech to actually start this fight off properly. So we're going to start this fight off the best way we know how right now. And that is with, hopefully, a well-placed grenade. Now you see how that dot, that dot connects to him? That shows that if I throw this grenade, he's gonna get that explosion. Alright, let's see if we can get them both. And we can. Alright. There you go. Did we destroy it? Okay, we did. You see? He's gonna try to get on it. Yep. They will prioritize it. They get closer. There you go. There's our grenade. If you can shoot them, if you can shoot the grenaders while they're about to throw it, all right, yeah, and you can. Well, I don't need to, but yeah, you would just hold that. You would, yep. See, he's on it.
top floor. Take the stairs to the right of the elevators and work your way up.
And it'll get more and more difficult. Like, there'll be...
Electronic device detected.
Let's see. Yep, we got our first piece of... Well, I think our second piece of gear. Let's come up to this and we can loot it. I think we, of course, we can go inside of our inventory. And I think we got 2 pieces of gear here, though. Yeah, we got one. Alright, so it gives us more armor. Gives us more armor. Alright. And of course, you can use this as well. And it has infinite ammo, so you have to be careful, because these enemies, like I said, they will use it, and they will use it without fear. They will continue to go for it as long as there's enemies left to go for it. Okay, you see those guys lightning? Those lightning bolts? Yeah, well, you see the lightning bolt, folks? Their goal is to try and push you out of cover. That's their goal.
Portable electronic device detected.
No point. Fucker. Ooh, not now, you piece of...
All right. Got my armor kit back. And of course, you want to look around, make sure that there ain't no boxes to pick up with ammo. I mean, or like ammo or loot. Oh, okay, that was the. There you go. All right. Alright. Alright. Now you see that? That guy right there, the blue? See how he's got white bars on top of his head? That means he's got armor on like me. I'm gonna have to shoot through that armor before I can get to his health bar. So actually what we're gonna wanna do, we're gonna wanna is there a way? Yep, got him.
Don't let this asshole get away.
see how my armor's almost gone?
Incoming backup request.
Alright, now you heard that? You see that, you saw how my screen went blurry for a second? That's that warning you get. Alright. And if you notice, on my handgun, I don't have a set amount of bullets. I am basically I have basically infinite bullets on my pistol.
Don't worry, I'll cover your ass.
I try to do that for the most part. I try to do that in order to preserve the ammo in my actual guns that they have limitations on them. So if you can shoot,
I just found an ammo stockpile. I'm gonna detonate it.
so when you can find times just to use your get off of that. I thought I got him. I didn't. You see him? He's slowly inching over there. Hell nah. Shot you in the head.
That's what you get, you dumb sons of bitches.
You doing all right there, Kelso?
As long as I'm not breathing asbestos. That blast did a lot of damage.
He was inching toward it. You saw that? He was inching over there toward that dang minigun.
Come on, low, low.
Now I think it's a good time for me to show you this. Most of your guns, if you notice where it says damage drop off, most of your guns have a certain range at which they will begin to lose their damage potential. And so that's another reason why you'll always want to remain mobile and always be on the move, depending on the weapon you're using. Cause like you notice, I did my best to get closer to him because I was using my pistol. Because I know my pistol's range isn't so good. So I can get more damage. Or the maximum amount of damage I could pull off with my pistol at that, at that particular range.
Elevator power has been disrupted. Do not exit.
Still don't need no ammo. I'm going through this whole little stage with a pistol. With a pistol.
Look for survivors! This is fucking crazy!
Alright.
Let's wait! Like that bastard in.
Now you see that where it says suppress? That's basically keep the enemy. That's basically one way you can keep the enemy from swarming you. There we go. I did not mean to use that. All right. Got a grenade. Got a grenade. Ah. Got another pistol. Got that M1911, boy. Got that all-American pistol. Yeah, I like this. It's only 7 shots in the mag, but it's 7 more powerful shots in the magazine. Alright.
I'm on the roof, holding for backup.
I have eyes on you, Kelso.
You see Saint?
I don't know what he looks like, but there are plenty of hostiles up there.
Not for long.
You see how much damage I took from getting hit once? Oh yeah, when it comes to those grenade chicks, if you notice, when I hit her bag, that yellow crosshair pulled up. If you hit that bag twice, it will blow up the grenades in her backpack, basically turning her into a grenade itself. See that? Just confused. You saw how I hit it once? Oh shoot, didn't hit it again.
So what's our situation? Give it to me straight. I don't want any of this mamby-pamby bullshit people have been feeding me about what's going on.
Mr. President, it's bad. Whoever planned this timed it perfectly. We've already got outbreaks in 22 cities domestically and 14 internationally, and the reports are still coming in.
Do we have any idea who's responsible? Or is this a natural outbreak?
Negative on that, sir. DCD has just confirmed the pathogen is a smallpox variant. There's no way that got loose where it did, when it did, without some help.
So who was it? Moscow? Beijing?
They've got problems of their own, sir. The truth is we don't know. We just don't know.
But you gonna find out, cuz we gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be for y'all to figure out when y'all play the game, but you gonna find out who behind all this shit. All right, let's go. So, we learned that the approach to combat is one should assess their situation before just running in and assess it thoroughly, be it that you don't have a
Glad you made it. Ready when you are.
Alright. Alright, Kelso, let's do this, girl.
Let's do this.
Alright, when you got big people, when you got big places like this, look at that fully modded ass AR-15. Look at that fully modded AR, boy. Look at that. Got that shotty on the back. She don't even need a pistol. She's like, I don't need no damn pistol. Alright, Kelso. Again, you'll have better equipment to actually do this later. But again, you just want to kind of like hover around. If you can get some aiming in, do that. Kind of see what the enemies are what. See what kind of enemies are where. And since we do have a tech, we're gonna go ahead and use the tech. And the tech we're gonna use is our healer drone. You see her drone? You can do that. Gotcha. Look at that. Look at that. Just strike the drone. Strike the drone. Strike the drone. Gun down. Strike the drone. Gun up. Strike the drone. Gun up. I can actually make my drone go and heal hers. So now my drone's healing her drone. There we go. Almost shot my drone. All right. Let's grab all of our loot. Got a mask. All right, drone's ready to go again. Got another mask. Got some knee pads. All right, Kelso.
Eleanor? Your mom sent us to bring you home. Are you hurt?
Who are you? What's going on?
She's in shock. I'll bring her down when she's fit to move. Let's meet at the theater later.
All right, let's secure their way out of here.
Heads up. You've got hostiles flooding into the building from the street.
Get down there and take care of them. I got Eleanor.
I could have kept using that machine gun.
Manny, is Odessa on the line?
I'll patch her in. Odessa? Kelso has some news for you.
We got Eleanor.
Is she okay?
She's okay. I'm bringing her home.
Oh, God. Oh, thank God.
See you soon.
We've got some new footage of the hyenas. Might help you make more sense of them.
You can always use some electrified bullets.
Step back.
It should be easy.
What's your fucking problem?
Just leave, man. We don't want any trouble.
Want to see what I can do?
Guys, maybe we should just leave.
No fucking way. Look at this.
Fucking alert.
This is gonna be good.
So yeah, the people you're shooting, yeah, no need for you to feel any kind of remorse for these motherfuckers at all. All right, if you notice, when I picked that up, as you can see, my bullets now, like when you see that little icon right there, you see that? That's electrified. That means when I shoot people with my bullets, they gonna get shock damage. Shock is one of several CCs in the game, or crowd controls that you can use. The best is fire. I can actually show it to you right now. And it's basically whatever gun you have out is the gun that you're gonna.
More trouble coming in.
Come for us, and you'll die! Need to reload!
As you can see, she shot.
I can't see them!
See, she can move.
They're out of hiding!
Only good hyenas are dead ones! I think we got one!
You did the right thing!
See,
We did it! We did it!
Isn't it time those guys gave up?
All right. Let's see here. Let's pop open our caches here. All right, we got some level 3 stuff and some level 4 stuff, level 3 stuff. You will always get items at your level. So I must be level 3-ish, I think. Right? Yep, I'm level 3. Well, you will always get items near or at your level, because you can't even use items that are above your level. So you won't have to worry too much about that. Now, as you can see how these armors have set bonuses where if you wear, like you see how it says Douglas and Harding, right? If I wear 3 pieces of Douglas and Harding, for each piece that I wear, I'll get 20%. So 20% for pistol damage if I wear the first one, right? You see how it lights up? Now, if I have another Douglas and Harding, let's say I wear Douglas and Harding gloves, but I don't have Douglas and Harding gloves. But if I did have Douglas and Harding gloves, or like if I had Douglas and Harding knee pads, if I put on a second one of that, then I would get 20 stability, and you basically see how it goes. So basically, you can wear 2 brand sets and get basically full brand buffs from 2 full brand sets. But later on, you're gonna see how, in actuality, you'll be using like 4 of a brand set, or you'll be using 2 of a brand set and then you'll be using 4 of a unique set, because you'll get unique sets in the game. All right. Now for instance, let's say you've got assault rifles, your submachine guns again. As you can see, submachine guns, they have less accuracy and less stability. They're basically a worse version of your. They're more like a close range version, of your assaults. But as you can see, they're standard. So this assault rifle is going to need to get replaced by this assault rifle. Oh wait. AKM actually. Oh. Yeah. No. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. That's what we're gonna do. And I don't have any mods yet. But we now have our first regular standard weapon. We don't have any more shotties. For real? Alright. Alright. Then of course you would just pop open your map and we'll head back over to oh, what's this? Body armor. Oh, some better body armor. Oh, these are people. All right. Y'all patrol and keep the streets safe.
Don't know what we'd do without you, Agent.
All right, keep them streets safe. That's all right. Keep the streets safe, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you will come back to your main bases of operations, which you'll usually have 2 that you'll be bouncing between. You'll be bouncing between the main area settlement, which, like, for instance, this settlement is going to cover this area, and I think some of, like, this area down here. It's going to cover up, like, the settlements cover a long range of areas, and they're basically the main hub for the area. And so you're going to basically be trading out, going from here, use as your main hub, doing all the side quests and stuff like that. And then once you have the ability to, like, upgrade your weapons and stuff like that, and upgrade more points and get more skills and more tech, you'll be doing that at the White House. So there'll be settlement, White House. Over here, there'll be a settlement, White House. You'll be bouncing back and forth in between the two like that. And of course, your settlement.
Hi there.
The settlement will give you like a.
We can't offer you rep.
It's worse than ever, Odessa. We're barely holding things together.
What am I supposed to do?
Help us!
I am helping. I am helping. Just not the way you want me to.
We need you out there again. Your leg wouldn't stop you.
It's not about that.
I know it isn't. But if we fail...
All right! All right. We could probably spare some people.
I'll be outside.
She said you did your part. I won't forget it.
All right. And of course, we'll have plenty of missions. And now we've got our little strongholds. Well, our control points. Which will basically, you'll have control points. And then little areas on the map where you can get resources like food and water to give to control points. So people can not be starving to death. Good shit like that. And then of course you'll be doing your main missions. That will take you from one main mission. The hexagon ones are your main missions. And then you'll have these pentagon looking ones. The pentagon ones, basically the five-sided ones are your side missions, and the six-sided ones, these pentagon, well, these hexagon ones, are your main missions, of course. And when you see the triangles on them, that means you'll get a skill point, which I believe I already have one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fast travel to the White House.
Agent, we've just received a distress call from New York. There's been an attack on the division, and they've requested immediate support. Meet me on the White House South Lawn. There's a helicopter prepped for us. We need to leave now.
Hello.
Oh. That's right, I don't have another one yet. And of course you can see, we've got people, we got other agents out here chilling. Look what his level is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 26,000. God damn. They be in the game, boy. Look how much.
Backpacks to boots. You want it? I've got it.
Look how much fucking. Wait, I think his shade level. There, I think that's his. Is that shade level right there? 7,000 or is it 26,000? Look how much armor he's got. It's ridiculous. And so, of course, like, once you've got weapons and stuff you want to keep, you can just open up the stash. And, of course, at the top of the screen, you see how you got your inventory. That's what's on you. Your stash, that's what's in the box. And you can have all kinds of good stuff. I got a couple of things in here that's nice. Got a couple of things. A lot of the rest of my stuff is on my main character. Because what I'm doing is I'm basically separating my builds. So that they're not all on the same character. But you can get you some nice stuff. Some cool little some of these weapons actually look very unique. What is it at? Like Lady Death looks pretty unique looking. Backfire looks pretty unique. Chameleon, pretty unique. Capacitor. You know, and then of course, like I said, you'll get these these like gear sets, like Eclipse Protocol, and you see how you got all these different little modifiers on them and stuff like that. That's where the builds start getting real crazy. That's where they start getting real nuts. So yeah, you'll start getting that. Then of course you'll start getting mods for all the different tech, because you'll be able to mod the tech. So like for instance, if I wanted to mod if I wanted to actually mod the if I wanted to actually mod my drone, I could. You know, I could mod the drones. You can mod all of your tech and all that good stuff. And you see how it says at the bottom, skill tier? That comes on the gear. You'll start seeing it on gear. It'll be like where stats are. It'll show you like, it'll say skill tier. Higher the skill tier, of course, the better the, I'll show you. Like when you look at your skills, if you look at the drone, you see how it says skill tier? And it'll tell you tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then overcharge is basically gonna let you know once you, because you can get up to tier 6. But if you get any, if you like do anything that makes it go up a tier after 6, it's considered overcharge. And overcharge usually can only last like 15, I think 20 seconds. I think the longest I think is like 20 something seconds. And I think the cooldown on overcharge is like 90 or 30 seconds, something like that. So you can't just spam and have overcharge up 100% of the time. But yeah, each one of your skills and whatnot have that. It works similar to that in terms of that. So you'll look at what your skills do, and you'll basically accordingly decide whether you need skill tier on everything or not. Of course, you can buy and sell. You can buy guns from here if you need to buy guns, or you can sell whatever you got on you.
Glad we got that settled.
It's always good to first make sure you got, you know what I'm saying, make sure you got everything you need on you. So make sure you got everything on you that you need. Make sure everything is top notch and good. And then you can just go in.
What can I do for you?
Make it quick. You can go over. And basically everything that you're not wearing will be in the inventory list for you to sell. And then you can just hit L2 on all of this. Mark it all as junk like that. And then hold in the R to sell it all at once.
This should fill up my inventory. Your business is appreciated.
Or you can break it down for materials. You can also do that. You can also deconstruct stuff. So you can see where it says deconstruct. You can break it down for materials in order to craft. Because later on you'll be able to craft your own weapons, craft your weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, it can get very in-depth, and I'll actually be doing streams with Snake, kind of showing you what you're capable of doing. You know, with a person who's really a team player with you, and y'all actually do some tactical planning. When you can really make encounters in this game pretty fun, especially when you start fighting like in the legendary or near legendary level of difficulty. The fights become really intense, really hard, and it really does take proper usage of skills, tactics, gunplay, and like knowing, you know, all those different techniques of, you know, your damage fall off, how far you are from the enemy based on the gun you're using, you know, what's your effective range, and, you know, do you need to get closer, or can you afford to stay back, you know, things like that. All of that stuff tends to come into play once you start getting into the into the truly higher points of the difficulty. But I just wanted to spend a little bit of time just showing that off. I'll probably come back and re-roll a fourth character for a different build, but I just wanted to start this one off just so that you can kind of see how things start in the beginning. Because I'm gonna go back to the character I'm working on now, which is going to be my I think I'm gonna make her my tech character. I was gonna make her my status character, but I think I'm gonna make her the tech character. And this one right here will be my healer. But like in the next streams of this game, we'll jump back onto my tech character and we'll roll with Snake and try to get some higher level stuff done. I'm trying to clear out the map on that character, so I'm gonna spend some time doing that, knocking that out so that I can kind of catch up to where Snake is on that one. And then we'll be able to straight up head into some really cool dual team stuff with Jackal 7. Thanks guys for watching this little nice beginner tutorial here. Like I said, it wasn't nothing too in-depth. Just wanted to kind of give you the feel of how combat goes in the game if this is your first time ever playing it. Or if you've heard about it and wanted to try it, but haven't really dove into it yourself. Just wanted to give you a nice little beginning hour or so to take a look at it and kind of see what it looks like, how it plays. You know, what the general gist of what your gameplay will look like. It'll get, like I said, it'll get a whole lot more intense as it goes on, because right now, just the beginning. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll get into some better stuff with on my older characters. Amon-Rellik the Godslayer. Amon-Rellik Gaming. Be out of here. Ass.
I've got what you want, Agent.
I've got what you want. I think. Yeah. I got what you want.